Dog 100 live stream challenge. So I was have to think about that. Okay, so it's 30 days, 100 live streams, and every day that I come on here, I aim to serve with value. Today I'm talking about little by little, keep moving until you get to your finish line. Now, I'd like to share a little something where that's concerned. Okay, so, I have run into quite a few people over the years who have had things that they've got great ideas, but they hesitate to step out on those ideas because they're not perfect, they're not ready, they don't know, they don't really know how to leverage their time or their resources because they're so concerned with what they look like, what everything looks like at the beginning. And so I want to encourage you to don't concern yourself, don't overly concern yourself what the original looks like. Look at it like this. When you start out, things may look pretty horrible, especially if you are learning technology while you are continuing to build out your craft or your project or your the movement that you are creating. And if you're not careful, what could happen is that you could outthink yourself. And by that, I mean that you can end up thinking yourself right out of actually taking action. So here's my admonition or my advice on this. Don't get overly concerned with what you don't have. Leverage what you do have. If and I'll give you a great example of this, and I'm talking from home base right now. Okay, so many of you know who have been watching this, and those of you who don't know this, I run programs in the school system, public school system, and my program is a media mentorship and culinary program, aka an entrepreneurial incubator for kids, elementary. And my program is actually a very large and robust program. However, there's only a certain amount of the program I'm able to implement in the time frame that I'm given inside of a given school year. And as I move through the years, now we're 5 years in, there are different aspects of my program that I implement. Once I get the program dialed in and systematized, then I move on and implement another sector or section of the program, little by little. I don't concern with the shortcomings, if you will. I concern with what can I do right now with what I have and given the students that I'm working with. Sometimes you have a great idea, you've got, concepts, you may even have all the funding that you need. However, everything that you've created is created in somewhat of a vacuum. Even when you've created it with the students in mind or with your people in mind, because you don't know off the bat how they're going to respond or react to your program, your project, your service. And so you've got to allow yourself the flexibility to test and tweak and continue to test and tweak as you roll your program out, as you roll your product out, as you roll your service out to your greater marketplace. You take notes, you go back, you figure out what works and what that common thread is that travels through the whole gamut of what you're doing. What that looks like is that, like, say, for example, I'll take my program. I've got, not only are they learning how to cook, learning how, their knifing skills, learning how to shop, they're learning how to research, they're learning how to present, learning how to articulate their concepts and the brainstorm, whiteboard things and all that. And art plays a role in what we're doing. They also are learning the technological skills, how to actually shoot a camera, how to interview, how to go and pick up shots and document different aspects of what they're doing, how to take their concepts, sketch them out using gel pens, the art portion of it. So all of those things, they are pre-existing in my program. However, we can't do all of those things every single day. Sometimes we don't film for the day and I just take snapshots or have the students take snapshots. Sometimes we can film, but we can't cook. So maybe we'll talk and we'll dialogue about concepts and things like that. Sometimes we can't cook or take shots, so we draw, we color. Sometimes we can't color or draw, so we go through magazines and put stickers in the magazines on which recipes the students like. So each one of those components are a portion of my program. And all together, I'm able to collect all of that value, all that information, all of that data, and then put it together in a report to say, this is how this works. This is how this works. These are our results with this aspect of the program. And these are our results with this, and this aspect of the program. But we don't do those things every single day. It's dynamic, it's flexible, and it all depends on what the best method, the best process or portion of the project is for that day for the students who are there. So you've got to, be able to pivot when you need to so that your program continues to flourish, it continues to build the students or whatever, or your project, fill in the blanks, project, product, service, that everybody gets what they want or need out of it. And then when all is said and done, you're able to take all of that information and compile it in a big report. And now you can see this is how all these things work together. And then you put a system in place where they all flow together little by little. You got to keep moving to your finish line. Don't let anything stop you. It's easy for things to stop us because right when we're in the middle of accomplishing or moving towards our destiny, everything seems like it comes against you. And so you've got to look at, if things seem like they come against you, that's when you need to push through even more. Now, there's sometimes things will come against you because it's actually right, it's ordained that things stop you because you're going in the wrong direction. You've got to determine, are you going in the wrong direction or the right direction, first of all? Once you know that you're going in the right direction, then you've got to commit. I'm going this way. I know it's the right way, so I can't let anything stop me from continuing down this road. Little by little, just take a step. Every day, commit to taking at least one step towards your dream, your goal, your destiny, your purpose. Every day, one step. Because if you only took one step, at the end of a year, you will have 365 and a quarter steps. Yeah? Now, if you took two, then you'd have, what is that? 730. Is it 730? I think it's 730 steps. Yeah, that's a lot of steps. So just consider that. Take at least one step every day towards your purpose, your destiny, and your dream, towards your end goal objective. And little by little, you will make it to your finish line. I am the Jason Hodge. Hope this message found you well. And again, if you want to reach out to me, make sure that you reach out to jasonhodge.biz. You could also plug in your comments. And if you're watching this on replay, type in replay. Or you can message me on Facebook. All right, I'll see you later. If you haven't already started your journey towards your destiny, I'm going to encourage you right now. Go ahead, start that journey. Take one step today, and then commit to at least taking one step tomorrow. And every day, recommit to take the next step every day. Just keep on going, keep on re-upping, and you will get to your finish line little by little. Catch y'all later. Have a great one. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be in the world. This is the Jason Hodge, and I am on here with another message during my 100-day. This is the Harry the Big Dog 100 video live stream challenge, and this is 30 days to make 100 videos. We started at the beginning of the month. So I am the Jason Hodge. I told you already. And so today I just wanted to share this message. I think this is like my inspirational day or something. Okay, so you're already a winner. Own it and continue your race. All right. I think if we, that there's that question that they ask, that proverbial question. If failure was not an option, and like you can accomplish anything that you put your mind to. Of course, this is a variation of that uh, question. But if failure wasn't an option, whatever you chose to do, you would succeed in. What would you do? If you already knew that you won and that you're a winner, what would you accomplish? What would you go for? What would you set your mind towards? It's an interesting question because whatever that is, that's what it is that you need to plug into and move towards. Now, granted, keep in mind, you got to use wisdom because if you know that you were designed and geared for a specific purpose, and you took that purpose and just ran with everything that you had for it, what would it look like for you to run that race? So let's unpack this. Years ago, oh my gosh, you know what? I've got to run because I just saw a broadcast that I've got to be on. Just popped in. But anyway, let me tell you this real quick. Okay, so years ago, I was given this, and this was when I first started running track and field. Now, I didn't know what could or couldn't be done back then. All I knew is that I was running track, I was having a good time, and so I took home the first place of every race that I ran that day. I ran 5 races that day, and every one of them I had a blue ribbon for. It was really cool, and I thought to myself, I mean, looking back, because back then I just came home with some ribbons. Now, when I look back, I thought that the difference was that I didn't have in my mind that I couldn't win. All I knew is that I was going to go run these races and finish first. That's what I had in my mind. It wasn't until I entertained the idea of, oh, what if somebody else wins? What if somebody else beats me? That I started losing races. So sometimes you have to hack your own mind and remove the possibility of failure or loss and understand that you're running your race. So, what is that race for you? Your race may be that you've got a series of things to get done. And so then you're on that race to knock those things off your list. What if it is, I need to make sure that I grow my network today? So, what are you doing to grow your network? Well, I need to reach out to people. Okay, great. How many people is your number? Give yourself that number. I need to reach out to 20 people today. And what are you going to ask them? Why are you reaching out to them? So as you reach out, as you ask them, as you engage them, you're checking off your list. And every day you make that commitment again to redo that. And before you know it, you would have reached every person that you were destined to reach based on your knowing, I've already won this race. So my question to you is, if you knew already that you won, what would you accomplish? What would you set your intention and attention on? Work with that for a moment. I am the Jason Hodge. Reach out to me. Go ahead and click on any one of those links that you see below inside of the description. Check out my cooking channel. Check out my business channel. Check out my planning platform that I absolutely love and use that for so many things. Check them out, click on them, like them, follow them, and I'll see you over there for some great content on food, great content on business building practices, and of course, you will have a planning tool that is phenomenal. That's the Workflowy. All right, I'll catch you.